We're going to insulate today, so we're using this 50mm PIR insulation, 100 in floor, 100 in ceiling, and 50 in the wall, which is more than plenty. The way we do it, we get these cavity bats. Can I generally throw us a full cavity bat, please? Rather than using full sheets of insulation, which are a lot harder to cut and arse around with, we use these cavity bats. They're designed for when you're building in a house, they go in the cavity, hence the word cavity bat. They're 1200 by 450. Now the most economical way we find of getting these is to cut them down their width like that, stick a piece in, cut them down their length again like that, stick a piece in, and then the noggin goes on top of there. Now, a lot of people have asked how do you get your noggins in straight and stuff like that. So basically, when we put the 2 rows of insulation in, Jen will then cut the noggins. I will then endeavour to get them in. And that then drives down the insulation, and it also fits the noggin in. Again, same again. And we'll work our way along. You might watch insulation go down a little bit, David. Yeah, so that's tight. That's nice in there. Nail through there, and then spike it through that side when the gun works. And we'll work our way along. And then again, we will then get our insulation. We'll cut a piece like that. We'll drop it in on top of that noggin. We'll cut another piece, drop it in, and then a little infill piece up there. Noggins aren't quite centred, but they're absolutely fine where they are. Lots to tell you as well. So if you come out here, if you've not already entered there's £20,000 up for grab. You can either win the 20 grand or you can win the pod, which will be our prototype, which we'll be going forward with. And we've also been nominated for a Yorkshire Choice Award for Most Charitable Company. Again, thanks if you've already voted. If you haven't, got the description, there's a link in there. Right, so the bottom went in, the noggins went in, now the tops have gone in. Now, if your cuts aren't perfect, I wouldn't lose no sleep over it. What you need is a bit of expanding foam. Can you see that up there, Levy? Yeah. Get that in the gaps, get that filled up. Any gaps you've got, just go around with your expanding foam. If you're going to do this then, trust me, it's worthwhile buying a gun simply because the cans have got a life of their own. They're kind of a one-hit wonder. You use it and it kind of like, that's kind of it. I know you get another little plastic pipe with it, but the gun, it's nearly 30 quid. But in all fairness, how many do you go through? John, we go through them on a regular basis. The guns either block up or they tend to break for us, and I'm not sure why. But they're about, the gun was £22, I think. The can of foam's a tenner. So that'll fill all your gaps. You can see over here, the smaller gaps we've filled with Rockwool insulation. Right, let's talk about lights. No, let's talk about, ooh, that'll be brought straight away. Let's talk about what Jen's going to do. So Jen's going to cut Patrice's. Now, Patrice basically is, where's the TV going, John? Over there? Over there. So there's a 55-inch TV going on this wall. So let's say the 55-inch TV is... See it, yeah. Right, that's your 55-inch TV on the wall there, yeah? Right, so we don't know where this bracket's going to go, and we don't... Has anyone got a Sharpie, please? We don't know where the bracket's going to go. We don't know where the fixing points will be for... Have I? No, I've given it to John. Thank you. So your 55 TV's going there. We don't know yet where the bracket will go, where the fixing points will go. So what we're going to do, we're going to put Patrice in the wall. Basically, if I try and put this TV bracket up when we're plastered, I don't know where I've got a good fix. Obviously, I'm not going to get nothing there, and I'm going to have to look for these, which is no good. So what we will do, we will put a piece of chipboard flooring or chipboard roof, whatever you've got spare, in, and Jen will sit in. It will be flush with them timbers, and she'll fix through with screws. So when we plasterboard that, wherever I put that bracket, we have a fixing. But also what we will do as well, we will cut out a larger space for a double socket there. We will also cut out for a brushed plate, which is going to go there. The brushed plate is designed to drop a cable down to the back of the TV unit, which the customer advised she's going to have. And there'll be another brushed plate there. So we can drop a HDMI lead down there. And you've no wires showing, because you don't want wire. I hate to see these TVs on walls with wires showing. It looks awful. What's yours like, John? What? You got any wires showing on your TV at home?
Yeah, because it's a projector.
So John has a projector in his, which is pretty good, really, isn't it? It's a good picture, isn't it, John?
Fantastic.
Yeah. So if you had a projector on that back wall, anyway, digress. Right, double sockets there. Patras. We will have, we're going to have a recessed consumer unit on this. I haven't bought it yet, I'm going to pick it up this weekend. So what we might have to modify some of this here, because this is where the recessed consumer unit is going to sit. Right, and she will put Patrases here as well. Patras, and a Patras there, but I'm going to explain, because John conceals the wire in the wall, and I'm going to explain why we're going to chop a bit of the stud out, and we're also going to chop a bit of the noggin out over there, but I'll explain that in a minute. Have you got something in your eye? Right, John's doing the lightings. So if this is our room here, we have got 8 lights in this room. Yeah, and that's where the light switch go in, and that's the doors all travelling this way. So you can see where John is now. That's where the light switch is going. Customer wants these lights to be independent, these lights to be independent, and them lights to be independent. So what he's done basically, he's run 3 different radials. He's got one here, you can see there. These will drop down above the sofa. These 4 here will sit down in the middle of the room, they'll be independent as well. And these will be at the far end of the room. All the lights are evenly spaced, which have worked out well for us on this one. Sometimes they don't, sometimes we've got to squeeze them in, squeeze them out a little bit. But they've worked out really well for us. So 3 independent lighting circuits in this room. So that's the lights, that's the insulation, that's the Patrases. Will you just kick that bit of insulation in? Well, there, look, it's not in properly. And that's it. And what I'm going to do, we're going to have breakfast in a minute, but I'm going to show you a bit of roof insulation going in as well, because the hybrid roof system only works if you do it properly under low occupancy as well. So the insulation needs to be pushed tight to the ceiling. We don't want no air gaps. But when you push the insulation tight to the ceiling, it will sit about there. So this void here also needs to be infilled as well. We'll either use rock wool or cut a bit of insulation down for that as well. And we've been nominated. Please go to the description and hit the link and get us nominated to win this award, please. That'd be fantastic. So we're going to put 100 inch roof. Now, you're limited, I've talked about this loads of times, sometimes in depth and sometimes glossed over it. Hybrid system works in this circumstance under low occupancy rooms. We've been back to other jobs before. We took the lights down a little 3x3. She used it as a baking studio and she taught people in there, sometimes 6 people at a time. Took a light down, roof was exactly the same condition as the moment we left it. Anyway, 100mm insulation at roof, right? So that's where my light spot there, look, Dave, you see that's where my light is going, right? So this is the procedure you need to follow for it to successfully work. And I measure the bay's 1,000, yeah? But I want my insulation to sit over the back wall, yeah? So we're fully insulated. So we've got 1,100 on that. So there's my approximate 1,100. We're 10 mil shy of that, but that's fine. I've measured my light, gone back and I've gone in. That's where my light's going. So what I want is, I want 100 mil square around that light, like so. So that there, if you can see that, Dave, you can see that all right, yeah? That's my light I'm going to cut out, yeah? So, but we're going to save that as well, and I'll show you why now. So I'll just quickly cut that out. It's a bit rough and ready, do you know what I mean? It's literally a light there, so. I've had loads of stick about this roofing system, but it works. Right, so that's my light. That's going to be the top, yeah? So I'm going to pop that out, one way or another, and save that, because I'm going to use that again. Right, this insulation needs to go tight up to the OSB. Now you'll note there, David, you might move over that side there. You'll note there's a cable there. So that cable will stop it from coming down. So what I'm going to do is, my cable's coming out there. So I'm going to cut a little slot there like that, pick that out. Yeah, my cable's going to run in there. And then what I'm going to do now is run a line down there like that. Run a line down there like that. Pull that out. And that's where my cable's going to run, in there, round there. So let's see if this fits now. I'll tell you what I have forgotten to do. This is what I normally do so I don't get it wrong way around. Which way is that eco film? There. Right, so I want to put this square back in the way it came on. So I'm going to put a little arrow there which indicates I'm going this way. So let's try and get this in. Pop that cable through there. So you can see I've gone down over the wall. Right. 1 minute. Right, so that's not a bad fit, yeah? Right, so let's do this stage by stage. Hammer. We've got a hammer. Right. So what I'm going to do, because this building is a timber frame building and it will move, so I'm just going to drive some nails in there to stop that insulation falling down at a future date if the building does move. So that's it, that won't come down. Right, horrible stuff, insulation. Right, so my light, what I'm going to do now with my 100 block, I'm going to cut off maybe about 30mm slice of that. Yeah, so that's my 30mm. Come this side, Davey. That's my 30mm slice there. There's my cable coming through there, look, yeah, you see that? I'm going to then offer that back up and push it up tight. Again, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop some nails in there so that that doesn't come down at a future date. Right, so what I've got now is a light bay there. Form Dev, you did get me, didn't you? What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to I'm going to fill any gaps that I've got with this expanding foam. I'm going to go around there, look, fill all that. I'm going to pop that in that hole there and just fill that. There, can you see it's come back out now? I'm going to go around there. Right, so that now is fully insulated, apart from one little thing. The insulation's pushed tight up to the ceiling. What we will do now, you remember I pushed 100mm over there, didn't I? So what I'm going to do now is can you jump up there, David? Can you see that gap? You see it, yeah? So there's cold air coming in there, so we need to stop that. And what I'm going to do is fill that with rock wool like that. And that's the way we do it, and it works because I've done it before and it definitely works. And like I said, we've been back to John. So what John will do now, he'll write down where his lights are going, so he's got a map. So when we plasterboard this, he'll then mark on his ceiling, and then he'll have his cut out for his light there. So what he'll do, I won't push it up now because it's going to get foam on it, but he'll push that cable up into that hole. We'll put a moisture barrier over it, and then he'll come and he'll mark out, he'll drill, and then he'll put his fingers up, pull that cable down, and then you've got the light bay there. So that's as good as you can do under these circumstances, and it works under low occupancy. So that's it. What they're going to do now is the likes of this bay here, so they'll cut a bay there and they'll cut out for the light track, for the cable track there, and then they'll do the same with all the lights all the way down. Be fully insulated. Up there, the insulation will stop against the joist hangers, the PIR, and what they'll do, they'll fill that void there with rock wool, because obviously it's got cables in, we can't properly insulate with PIR, so that's the best option there. Again, PIR will stop against that, and that will get filled with rock wool, so everything will be insulated. And you can see Davey's already been round, and he's formed up the little gaps in the sidewall there. But what he'll also do as well, if you just want to come out here, Davey, what Davey will also do as well, let me move that so you can see it properly. We'll go around and he'll fill all these voids here with rock wool as well, so we're like fully nice and insulated, and you know that's the idea behind these buildings, to keep them insulated. We managed to get a porcelain slab up as well without breaking it, so that's good. Right, we've nipped down to Express Bifolds in Leeds. This showroom is absolutely amazing. If Jen just has a quick walk around, she'll be able to see you. If you want kitchen doors, windows, they're even doing kitchens down here as well. It's absolutely amazing. Look at the size of this place. There's every combination of door and window you can possibly get. There's a few things I want to show you. I want to show you the blinds that we're going to put on the pod. They're solar powered, they're absolutely amazing. And I want to show you the new sight line that we're going to be able to offer in as well. It's reduced and it makes the doors look absolutely fantastic. But before we go any further, I want to show you this slider. It's absolutely amazing. If Jen steps back, it's 2 metres by 2.3, was it, Jen? 2.1? Right, it's absolutely massive. Now watch the effort this takes. I'm always on about the one finger operation, but look at that. The size of that unit. And look at the way it glides. And watch this. See it drop down? Yeah? Ready? Yeah, and it locks the door in place. So if you've got kids running around and they're always messing around with the door, sliding it backwards and forwards, just offer it up like that and lock it in place. But again, look at this. 1 finger. I mean, the size of that, there's over 4 square metres of glass there. And the beauty of this is as well, look at that sight line. If Jen steps well there, look at that. Look at that, 25 millimeters. That's insane. It's just all glass practically. Right, picture this. You've got an L-shaped garden room. I mean, look at that open space there. You've got your seating area in there. You've got your bar over there. It's an L-shaped garden room. Look at that. You just walk in. There's nothing holding up, yeah? That's one. I mean, look at that. That is design at its best, isn't it, for doors and windows? I mean, come on. Oop. Now, if you want the garden room and it's an L shape and you want us to fit these, then I would love to do that. And I might even offer you a little bit of a discount as well. Yeah, because they are beautiful. Like I say, well, let's have a little look around the showroom. So there's every option. These are the solar powered blinds. We're going to show you them operating in a minute, and we will be putting them in the pod. Right, what we've got on ours now on the XP, this is the sight line on the XP. That's what we're currently looking at. Yeah? So let's just shut that, and I just want you to try and remember how much glass and framework there is there. So you've got this big chunky bit of framework, yeah? That's standard at the moment. This is the new one. Look at the sight line on that. It's next to nothing, yeah? Beautiful. It's all glass, yeah? So when you've got your garden room and you don't need 3-metre doors, you can have practically all glass. And this is what we're putting in the pod. Now, the blinds, right, so blinds are expensive, yeah, but they're integrated. If you've got a dog or kids, right, they're not going to be damaged. You're not going to have to clean them, right? These are solar powered. Got the remotes on there. If Jen just pops out there, she'll see the solar powered unit. You can see that's tucked away. Of course, these doors are bigger, so you've got more bifold, more blind rather. So on your little 1950s, you'll probably have that much. That will all be greatly reduced. But we'll show you in here as well. Now, you can operate these independently, or they can all operate at the same time. Now, if you listen to the sound, go on, get a bit closer. Yeah? You can barely hear them, can't you? Yeah? They're solar powered. Yeah? You can operate this one, and this one independently, whichever you want, or you can operate them all as free. And the beauty of these is, if I open the door, they're still dropping, yeah? Whereas the electric ones, no. It's actually express ringing me. Whereas the fully electric ones, you cannot operate them when the door's open. So let's say it's summertime, you've got this door open, yeah? But you're sat here at your desk, the sun's glaring in, you've got some air coming through, but you can drop your blinds as well. So these are what we're actually going to put in the pod. It's an upgrade to the pod, and I want to push forward with these as well. I'd like to fit some of these in the garden rooms we build. If you're going to order doors and you're going to go and you want the best doors, then you need to go into Express. Blinds, they're a no-brainer, yeah? Yeah, they're expensive, but look at them. Look at them go, Jen. Yeah?
Flip them so you can see. That's beautiful. That.
You like that?
I like that.
Yeah? So there you go. That will be the upgrade on the pod. Plus, what we're hopefully going to go forward with as well is these new sight lines on these doors. Absolutely amazing. It's all glass, especially if your garden room, you know, you're not going to have this height. Your door's going to be this height in your garden room and your permitted development. But I'm not just talking about garden rooms. If you want these in your house as well, you need to get down to Leeds. I believe they've got one in Scotland as well, one of these massive showrooms. Got everything in here. Every combination, I'm walking away with remote. Every combination of every window. Where was that textured one, Jim? Would you think we'd be able to see that? Right. So they're doing away with the black as well. We've not fit many black, but they've got like a textured coat on it. Can you feel that? Can you see it even? Can you see it? So it's got like a textured coating on it rather than the smooth finish. But these, look at that sight line compared to what I've just showed you. Yeah. It's a world of difference, isn't it? Yeah. So that's it. So get yourself down to Express. If you're going to order some doors, you know there's a code as well. I'll drop the code in at the end of this video as well. Going forward, we'll be dropping down to the smaller sight line. I'd like to fit more of these blinds, especially the solar powered ones. Let me just show you the electric manual ones as well, and I'll tell you the difference with them ones. So these ones, these are not solar powered, these are powered up, hardwired basically. So what happens is the door shuts, it contacts them, which, I don't know if you heard the little click there. It contacts them and then that goes away to a control unit. But these blinds will not operate when the door's open, because obviously the contacts are broke. If Jen watches there, let me shut that one. Just see if you can see it popping. You'll see the contact shut. Right, tell me when. Yeah, can you see it?
Yeah.
Right, so the doors have to be shut for the blinds to operate. So in my opinion, and this is a no-brainer really, the solar powered ones are the way forward, yeah? So that's what we're going to try and push forward as well with solar powered blinds. That's a beautiful little feature, and they'll be in the pod. £2 for that pod could be yours, or £20,000 cash. Okay, so that's it. I've got to shoot off now, so it's a really short one today, but thanks for watching this week, because I know a lot of you are glad to see us back as well. So don't forget, go to the description. We've been nominated for that award. We'd really like a nice night out and hopefully win that award as well, that we've been nominated for, and the raffle as well. You've got a pod. It's our prototype. You'll be the very first person to own one. Or there's £20,000 in cash alternative if the pod won't fit you. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you.